かりしろしっかりしろしっかりしろ
なんだ。
In regards to devil fruits, there's a lot we don't know, but we're constantly getting new information and we're tying things together to make sense of some of it. The alternate version of natural devil fruits, and using the term natural is in some ways weird since it is a magical fruit that gives you powers and makes you unable to swim. However, the alternate or artificial versions are called smile devil fruits, and we'll get into why they're actually called that, but a little bit later as new information hints towards how they are made, or at least some lingering side effects. The main difference with the natural devil fruits and smile that we've seen so far is that smile fruits can only grant powers similar to that of Zoan devil fruits. And Zoan devil fruits quickly are one of the 3 types of fruits, and this grants the user or eater to transform into another species. Zoan fruits do come with classifications, as they are 4 subclasses in this class alone, 1 being regular zoans and the other 3 being carnivorous, ancient, and mythical. A lot of people don't consider carnivorous a separate subset because it is a regular zone and you can be carnivorous and ancient and carnivorous and mythical, but it is important to point out that distinction because regular zones are regular animals, but carnivorous, they are regular animals, but they are more predatory and bloodthirsty by nature. These users do get a slight bump over regular zones in physical combat, and with this they also have use of things that would make an animal dangerous, a normal animal dangerous, such as claws, scales, sharp teeth, etc. Ancient zoans are a bit rarer than regular zoans, which includes the carnivorous types, as these fruits give you the ability to transform into ancient extinct animals like mammoths and dinosaurs. And of course, mythical zones transforms you into mythical beasts, and these are the rarest of the zone subtypes, and based on how many there are in the series and actually being confirmed, they're actually even more rare than Logia devil fruits. So with this and how actual zone fruits are classified, smile devil fruit users aren't classified this way. Before we actually get into the specific classifications, let's break down how smile fruits, from what we know, are actually created. So the main and key ingredient to create smile is S.A.D, and S.A.D is a substance, as stated by Dofi, that Caesar is the only one in the world who knows how to create this, and personally I don't think Caesar can do anything Vegapunk can't do. So I think with Caesar, he's willing to take risks that Vegapunk is not willing to take because of the possible side effects. And we'll touch on the possible risk of creating S.A.D a bit later, as this ties into the recent chapter and the speculation. The Tentata who are great at growing plants are the ones who were manipulated to create smile due to some false pretenses. When Doflamingo took Dressrosa from King Riku, he reinstated what his family used to do to the Tentata 900 years ago by making them slaves. So using S.A.D that is produced on Punk Hazard via Caesar and seemingly sunlight via luminescent sunflowers, they can produce smile. The process seems to involve pouring S.A.D into the river, while this leads to canals under the trees to grow them and to produce the smile. It's obvious the key thing here is S.A.D, as Doflamingo went through and was willing to go through even greater lengths, such as destroying the factory to protect Caesar. It seems that the success rate is 1/10 of the fruit of each harvest, so production is a process that takes quite a bit of time. So the purpose of smile was as a warring mechanism to bolster armies, but the main buyer that Doflamingo was dealing with was Kaido, who wanted to create an army of just fruit users. So the classification of actual zone fruits were mentioned earlier, and with smile, the only classification we've had are gifters and pleasures in Kaido's crew, and not exact definitive classes as natural devil fruits. Smile allows the users to gain attributes from animals, but the transformations into the particular animal has not been shown. Say Momonosuke, we have seen users who can transform parts of their bodies and gain traits of certain animals, i.e. sheep's head transformations, Batman's hearing, and Gazelle Man being very fast. It also seems that the smile transformation is permanent, as the users seem to retain noticeable horns, while with an actual zone fruit without the user transforming, you can't really tell. In regards to normal weaknesses, it's hard to tell, as Jinrami, after Sheep's Head was defeated by Sanji and Brook, wasn't in a hurry to get him out of the water, so that is actually to be determined if regular weaknesses affect smile devil fruit users the same. The smile users we have seen vary from Hold'em, who ate the lion smile, and Speed, who ate the horse smile. Again, they retain attributes from these animals, but the transformation seems to be irreversible, as they are always in this state. With smile users, it's also possible for them to have actual animals growing outside their bodies with a separate conscience, such as Hold'em. So the only clear weaknesses so far, other than the unpredictability of the outcome of eating one of these fruits, is being able to be tamed via Otama's devil fruit. Otama's devil fruit allows her to create Kibidango, which was used to tame Speed and make her subservient to Tama. The name hasn't been revealed, but as far as if it would work on regular zones, it's too soon to tell. Now, the events of chapter 942 shed some light on Smile fruits and made things a bit clearer and left some room for speculation. Shimotsuki Yasue died, and the people of Ibisu Town, as much as they loved him, could not react the way they actually wanted to. All they could do is smile. We get some more information as Hiyori reveals that they had been robbed of expression and can't actually show when they're sad or suffering. They have been robbed of every expression but smiles. Hiyori says the reason is due to the Smile devil fruit. This did set off a ton of speculation, but the first is the fact that Smile users we have seen don't have this issue, not even Momonosuke, so what could cause this issue? Again, Momonosuke's devil fruit is a bit different, and we'll touch on that a bit later, but let's go back to Zou when Jack attacks and unleashes his pleasures and gifters on that country. We see the pleasures, and even after being attacked, all they can do is laugh. They are in pain, yet they laugh. This is the same as the people of Ibisu Town. You might say, well, pleasures have eaten Smile as well. What makes their Smile fruit different? Well, according to Kaido, Smile devil fruits only create gifters. Once it was revealed that Doflamingo could no longer supply these fruits, he says we can't make any more gifters. Sheepshead and Jinrami were gifters as they had eaten Smile fruits, so this leaves us with the issue of pleasures and how they're created and how it affects the people of Ibisu Town. Zoro arrives to Ibisu Town with Yasue. They offer him water from a well of some sort, and Zoro seems to be very wary of this well and actually declines at first. Then eventually he drinks it after being persuaded. This made me think of the canals in Dressrosa, which they poured S.A.D into, and in some way this might be the reason these people have been robbed of their emotions. Yasu even goes on to say after Zoro drinks the water, "Ibisu Smile, my friend, it's what gives the town the name of Ibisu." This all leads to questions of S.A.D and Smile, and we're not sure exactly how S.A.D is procured and the exact ingredients used. However, the practical approach of using the lineage factor is how Caesar does it. Now, Caesar isn't a hack per se, as he is talented, but he is not on Vegapunk's level. For instance, Vegapunk's devil fruit, which was deemed a failure, I'm assuming by him, allows Momo to transform back and forth, and he has no features of gifters who have eaten somewhat completed devil fruits created by Caesar. Back to the lineage factor, this is created by Judge and Vegapunk and considered the blueprint of life. The official translation calls it the bloodline element, and using this method, Judge was able to rid his sons, except Sanji of course, of useless emotions and create soldiers with the benefit of enhanced abilities. Using this blueprint, they could manipulate DNA and add and remove whatever was necessary to create the perfect beings to some effect. Caesar did not create this blueprint, and I believe S.A.D is a knockoff of whatever Judge and Vegapunk came up with to expedite his creation of the Smile devil fruits. Due to Caesar honestly not being as good as Vegapunk, the side effect of consuming S.A.D in a water supply or otherwise would lead to the erasure of all other emotions except smiling. The effects may have been known to Doflamingo, and the name Smile was given to these fruits because they have been perfected, and the nasty effect of just being able to smile is removed. The careful method of growing these fruits using S.A.D speaks to how important the process is and how dangerous consuming an incomplete devil fruit or raw S.A.D could be. Being that Caesar also created S.A.D, the name must be due to some effects of this substance. I mean, how are the people of Ibisu affected? We're not sure, but it more than likely would be in the water system, as Oda made a point to not only highlight factories that are close to Ibisu, but the water supply comes from a well. Zoro's drinking of it would not lead to immediate effect, but this may have contributed to him passing out versus Kamazo, or not. I'm not trying to go down that road. I think it's important to create this distinction because Caesar is just not as good as Vegapunk, and him using knockoffs is not out of the realm of possibility, being what he was able to do or what he was willing to do to create the gigentification experiments with the children and knowing they were going to die and needing new batches, and Vegapunk was not doing that. Vegapunk has gone as far as creating pacifistas using Kizaru's ability, so he's been able to filter and refine the blueprint to Kizaru's makeup and copy his ability. He's already given objects devil fruits. The next step would be paramecia fruits that grants abilities. If Vegapunk could create a fruit to simply copy Kizaru's laser ability, that could create a supplement for the abolished warlord system. And honestly, in conclusion, I think the answer revolves around S.A.D and whatever is being manufactured in those factories in Wano, maybe using the same method as they did request Vegapunk, more than likely to perfect whatever they're trying to accomplish. I also don't think the people of the capital care about the people in Ibisu, as Bingo Bongo and Bungo, they were banished to Ibisu in some way, and for it to be a state or place of punishment makes sense, and having the people drinking it and not caring about the effects. That's pretty much it, guys. Leave your thoughts below. Let me know how you feel about this entire video. What do you think the reason is for these people just permanently smiling? What do you think the cause of it is? Do you think it can be cured, and what do you think happens next? So of course, leave your thoughts down below. Be sure to like the video and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Shout out to all my patrons. Thank you guys so much. Peace. In a nutshell, is described as profoundly immoral and wicked. Synonyms include bad, wrong, corrupt,
demonic, nefarious, ungodly, demonic. Stop me when any of these remind you of the heavenly demon. This epithet in some ways tells you a lot about this man. In One Piece, there are certain levels of morality, and not to confuse this with justice, but I suppose those can